It was a song that we created based out of actual experiences, and I think that as a worship director and a songwriter here for Calvary, that's what you want. You want to write songs for the congregation that come out of the congregation. And that's where Grace After Grace started.
Lauren's accident happened on September 30th of 2015, and we went over to my mom's house for dinner. I had gone out into the garage and I was standing around the corner by the back door, and I told my mom, "Send Lauren around." My mom, said, "No, Lauren, she went outside after you did." So I went out to where her sisters were, and they were playing on a playground, and I asked them, "Hey, where's Lauren?" And they said, "She's not out here."
We looked for her everywhere. Panic set in at that moment.
And I remember turning around, and my mom has a big window that kind of looks out towards the pond. And I seen my stepdad pulling her out. Me and Cody both started CPR.
We tried until paramedics and the sheriff's department got there and immediately transported her to the ambulance, and they were gone.
I don't know how long it was before the doctors and medical team of probably 30 people or more got a heartbeat, because the only thing I remember was being on the nasty emergency room floor making a police officer who I didn't know believed in God or not pray with me. And I remember them saying, "We have a breath."
She didn't have oxygen or a heartbeat for, possibly 30 minutes.
And I remember a lady walking up to me and telling me that a normal heartbeat for a child who had just come out of something traumatic, anything traumatic, was 20 beats per minute, maybe, slowly building up. They said Lauren's was 122 flat, like somebody just gave her life. She was on life support. They said all of her major organs in her body were failing.
We had to make one of the most difficult decisions, or what we thought was going to be the most difficult decision, and that was to pull the plug or not, because they said she was more than likely brain dead. She was gone.
I knew what I was walking into. I knew that a little girl had drowned and had been resuscitated, but I didn't understand the full ramifications of all that was going on in this situation. Putting myself in the position of those parents alone was enough to shake me. And what I learned next was so awe-inspiring.
When they woke her up, they didn't expect anything from her at all. But little Lauren, nope, she is looking around and smiling, despite the fact that apparently, according to the doctors, she shouldn't remember anything because she's brain dead. And she's looking at mom and dad and smiling and drinking from a cup, and at the same time looking really confused, wondering, where am I?
Miracles are something that obviously we've all read in the Bible, but not a lot of us have witnessed. And I witnessed a miracle from Lauren when they said she may not make it, to a vegetative state, to parts of her brain being dead, to seeing this little girl run up and down the front of the sanctuary with my two daughters. I mean, that is a miracle. I got to witness that miracle. It was almost as if Grace After Grace, the song, had already been written and we were just kind of singing along to it.
We truly believed that Lauren was going to be perfectly fine. People thought we were crazy when we said, that Lauren was going to go home the same little girl that she was before the accident. I mean, they thought we were insane. They were trying to make us believe, you need to wake up and realize that this happened and that you're going to have to go home with possibly a kid that may be in a wheelchair or need life support or assistance for the rest of her life. But we chose to believe that God, was capable of healing her, and, that our faith is, what brought us through this.
He never gives us any more than we can handle. He knows what's going to break us and what's going to make us. And he's not there to inflict pain on us. He's there to be a father and to love us and guide us and support us.
My favorite line in the entire song is this. It says, "God forgive the limitations that we so often put on you, because what could bind the King of Glory, who was and is and will endure?" I know now never to put a limitation on God, because what could bind the King of Glory, who was and is and will endure, who's capable of creating the entire universe and bringing Lauren back to life.
Let's stand together and worship the God of miracles this morning. Thank you, Jesus. We trust in you, Father. Thank you, Father God. God, forgive our expectations when it seems impossible. How easily have we forgotten that you're the God of miracles. And God, forgive our lack of patience when we fail to see your hand. Teach us once again to tarry and trust the timing of your plans. Grace after grace, how beautiful in all your ways. Grace after grace, you're beautiful in all your ways. God, forgive our understanding when brokenness is all we see. 'Cause not a single tear is wasted. You heal us through our suffering. And God, forgive the limitations that we so often put on you. 'Cause what could bind the King of Glory, who was and is and will endure? Who was and is and will endure? Grace after grace after grace, how beautiful in all your ways. Yes, you are. Grace after grace, you're beautiful in all your ways. You're beautiful, so our daily bread. You teach us to forgive as well. You keep us from temptation's snare. Deliver us, Lord, from ourselves. Deliver us, Lord, from ourselves. Let's sing that chorus again. Grace after grace, how beautiful in all your ways. Grace after grace, you're beautiful in all your ways. Just the voices, sing it out. Grace after grace, how beautiful in all your ways. Grace after
Come on, church. Can we give God a shout of praise?